Eva mi ha detto una cosa quando ci siamo viste un attimo fa, mi ha detto pronuncialo come ti viene, perché ha un cognome davvero impegnativo, è Węgorkiewicz, adesso ce lo facciamo dire da lei, ma la cosa che ci facciamo dire da lei però, prima che il cognome, la cosa che ci facciamo dire da lei è, siccome è Chief Customer Experience Officer di Trans.eu, di questo gruppo, la cosa che ci importa capire anche insieme a lei è, dato un contesto così complesso, come si lavora nel rendere il sistema più efficiente, più innovativo, digitale, più attento alle esigenze del cliente, che cosa si fa operativamente dopo aver imparato come si pronuncia il suo cognome?
So, first of all, thank you for having me here, and that was a great pronunciation after 5 minutes of training, so bravo to that. When it comes to the question, right, what we do at Trans.eu, we're basically a connectivity platform that wants to digitize the relations between shippers, forwarders, and the carriers. So I'll speak around this context, and I just want to give you an idea of how we see digitalization in general, right? And I think there are two very different aspects of digitalization. If we look from consumer perspective, we're listening to Amazon, right? It's state of art. We have this Amazon experience. We feel that we are all globally connected. We are totally digitized. I bet that everyone that is sitting in this panel, plus everyone that is sitting in the room, can connect to each other via social networks like in next 2 hours, right? So this seems to be kind of modern and really, really tech-driven. When it comes to B2B logistics, I think we make our life much more complicated than it is. There's certain complexity, obviously, in B2B logistics and transportation. If we talk about European road freight alone, we talk about 550,000 road tracking companies that move 80% of everything that moves on land with 7 million trucks. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, right? There's a lot of assets, a lot of stakeholders to be connected. And on top of this, as I said, we don't make our life easier, right? We as Europeans, we love to work in silos. We call it digital islands. Everyone has their own way of working. There is no market standard. Everybody has their own standard, right? It isn't easy for countries like Turkey to enter. It isn't even easy for us within the union to work together. Second complexity to this is that besides this complexity and digital island thing, it's very hard to connect every step of supply chain. We very often are just on the surface with the first relation, shipper, forwarder, and the carrier. Everything that is down there is then missed, right? So we break the supply chain with digitalization very early on. And now, with this complexity, right, this is what Trans.eu, the company that I represent, has been working on for the last 20 years, overcoming silos and making sure digitalization happens throughout the whole chain. So what we basically created for the last 20 years is a digital platform that connects 50,000 customers in 30 countries all over Europe with 125,000 users using the platform to look for capacity, to give capacity, and to support the whole transportation digital process, right? And it takes two things to make this digitalization successful. One is the access to the network that we provide. It's no rocket science, but it's also very hard work. There is no magic here. You just need to spend a lot of time on building the network. Second thing is the technology that supports it, that also comes in our package. But third thing, which I think is as important, or even maybe more important, is partnerships with organizations like Alice that have local footprint and have this ability to leverage tech and network to make this a market standard, right? So that at the end of the day, we all make our life easier in logistics for all the stakeholders involved.